everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Precious, your storyteller for today. Today's story is about a Filipino family and how a loving and supporting family that stood the test of time got horribly destroyed in just 3 hours. This is the story of the Gonzalez family, and I will be mainly talking about their firstborn, Seth Gonzalez. Seth was born on September 16, 1980 to Teddy Gonzalez and Mary Loiva Gonzalez in the city of Baguio, Benguet, Philippines. Teddy, who worked as a lawyer, and Loiva got married in 1977. 3 years after Seth was born, Loiva gave birth to their second child named Claudine. The family settled in Baguio and had a number of businesses. In 1990, a massive earthquake rocked Luzon Island. People later named it as the Killer Earthquake. A lot of people have died, others wounded. Almost all buildings in Baguio City got destroyed. It also included a newly built 40-room hotel that the Gonzalez family have owned. Seth was also one of the casualties. He was buried in the rubble and almost died if not for his father, Teddy, who went through it and saved his life. After the tragedy in late 1990s, the family have decided to immigrate to Australia. Teddy was requalified as a lawyer. Working as an immigration lawyer, he set up his own law firm business and was very successful. He was able to purchase a land in North Ryde and build their family home. Outside the house, the family seemed any close-knit family. The parents, Teddy and Loiva, were considered tiger parents. They were very strict, especially with Seth, their firstborn. They had a very high expectations for Seth, hoping that one day he would be taking care of the family business. Seth gave up his aspirations in music and studied medical science in the University of New South Wales, but later stopped studying after only 2 years. He then enrolled at Macquarie University. Seth performed poorly, though. He tried to cover it up by faking his grades, which his sister later found out and told his parents. Teddy and Loiva threatened to take his car and maybe the huge allowances that they were giving him. Seth also had some arguments with his mother over a girlfriend that they did not approve. However, Ted and Loiva probably figured out that these are just normal challenges that any family could be facing, and that they will go through it together as a family. At 11:48 p.m. on 10th of July 2001, Sydney's emergency services received a call from Seth claiming he has found bodies in their house. He also ran to their neighbors and told them that his parents were shot. Days after the murders, Seth appeared on television pleading for the killers to come forward. He also offered a reward of $100,000. Not only that, he also went to his parents' accountant and inquired about the monies that he will get. He made known to him that he will be getting an inheritance of $1.5 million in Australia and $1.3 million in the Philippines. And as a victim of crime, he will also be getting $15,000 from the government. Then he moved to an apartment and deposited $173,000 on Lexus, a new car. He also told the dealership that he would use inheritance money to pay for it. He traded his parents' car and pawned his mother's jewelry. He also told relatives that he had a brain tumor. He asked his godmother from the Philippines to give him $190,000 for the surgery, which she didn't give. 20th of July, on the family's combined funeral, he gave a eulogy and sang One Sweet Day, which was really odd. Initially, police thought that it was a robbery gone wrong. They then jumped into investigating the case as fast as they could. They created a timeline of events. They were able to establish what exactly happened on the day of the murders and established the time of death. According to authorities, on the 10th of July 2001, at around 4 p.m., Seth left the family's law firm where he worked part-time and went home. At 4:30, he got a baseball bat from his car and 2 kitchen knives. He then entered Claudine's bedroom and assaulted her while she was studying. Her head was struck with a baseball bat for at least 6 times, and she was also strangled, stabbed in her stomach multiple times. 30 minutes later, at 5:30, Loiva, his mother, arrived home. She was attacked almost immediately with multiple wounds and cuts on her face, neck, chest, and abdomen. She died almost instantly. At 6 p.m., Loiva's sister checked the house but decided not to get in. She left with her son without going inside the house. 15 minutes later, at 6:50 p.m., Teddy, his father, got home and was almost immediately attacked, same as Loiva. They were attacked with kitchen knives. He had multiple stab wounds on his neck, chest, back, and abdomen. Wounds were so deep, they penetrated his lungs, his heart, and partially severed his spinal cord. He had defensive wounds, which means he fought his attacker. During the investigation, police noticed that there was no forced entry. It suggests that the killer or the killers were people known to the victims. Other than superficial ransacking of the home, nothing valuable was missing, not even the cash that they later found on the victims. They also noticed that Seth was emotionally detached, and his odd behavior. I mean, he sang One Sweet Day during the funeral. Why would you sing One Sweet Day in a funeral? Interviewed by the police, Seth had a lot of inconsistencies with his statements. Police suspected that he was involved. They started searching his phone, his computer, and his calls. He was also befriended and surveilled by an undercover policeman. But of course, like any other crimes, suspects will always have their alibis. In this case, Seth did not just have 1 but 3 alibis. His first alibi was that after work, at around 4 p.m., he waited in his car and then decided to drive to another suburb and meet his friend on the night of the murders. His second alibi, he said he took a taxi and visited a brothel, which was later discredited by the taxi driver and the sex worker. Police also found out that he fabricated an email involving his father's business rival to the murders. The authorities got their breakthrough when, searching Seth's computer, found multiple searches on poisons. He also ordered a toxic plant seeds. Police connected it to the recent unexplained poisoning-like illnesses in the family. On 13th of June 2002, he was finally arrested, charged with 3 counts of murder and 1 count of threatening product contamination. He was denied bail and access to the estate to fund his defense, a legal aid assigned by the government, and the trial took place on April and May 2004. During the trials, it revealed that he had planned this for months before the murder. First, he planned to poison all of them, which obviously did not work. So he just decided to kill them all using his hands, kitchen knives, and a baseball bat. On 20th of May 2004, Seth was convicted, found guilty of all charges. 17th of September 2004, sentenced to 3 life sentences without parole. And around June 2007, Seth was granted an approval to appeal his convictions and sentences. stating that he might have not been focused when the police interviewed him. 27th of November of that same year, 2007, the appeal was dismissed, reiterating that the convictions and the sentences that were given to him were all correct and right for the crimes he committed. Now, present year 2020, he is still maintaining his innocence and still serving his sentence in Australia. Seth's crimes were really terrible. It was horrible. I mean, his father saved his life in 1990 earthquake tragedy in Baguio City and provided for everything that he needed while growing up. He almost had it all. It's just that he was performing poorly in academics. He could have just opened up to his father and asked for help so he can better his studies instead of just killing them. I cannot imagine how difficult it was for families left to go through not just one but 3 deaths. Seth is still maintaining his innocence up to this day. The case against him really seems strong though. The police had all these evidence that were able to convict him, not just 1 but 3 life sentences without parole. So what do you think? Was he framed? Did he really do it? Please comment down below and tell me what you think about this case. The lesson here really is to talk to your parents. Even if you think they will never understand, just talk to them. Open up and ask help. A family is a family. They've been there with you the moment you were born, so don't ever think that they will not understand. Thank you so much everyone for listening to another story. For case suggestions, you can comment or send me email. Please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a beautiful day. Keep safe. See you on my next story.